Mic on.
Woo, guys, let's go. So we are ready for the lovely jams. Let's get into it. So, you guys are new Tuesday. We are about to go fight one of the bosses, actually. We managed to get all the stuff. We're also level 20, so we can now officially equip like the dual blades that the game give us, that we get with the game. Which is pretty great, because their DPS is crazy. Still haven't gotten a solo sword that can like be upgraded and such, but I'm pretty sure we'll soon get one. I also need to just check my skills, because I think I got a new skill. Let's just check here. Here we go. So I think let's just... Oh, 5 skill points available. Yo, okay. How'd I do that? That's pretty darn cool. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I feel like I should upgrade my techniques. There we go, technique maxed. Because I really am enjoying those. As soon as I get a sword, it's gonna be big. Okay, so yeah, they want me to go fight the sit thingy lady person thing. So let's go fight the thingy lady person thing. Whatever this guy is. Let's get it done. I need to talk to the dude. Oh, he's also assigned to me.
Oren, we were just talking about you.
Well,
Do you
someone
want
else
the
to
good
talk about.
news or the bad news?
The bad news.
No. Tell him the good news first.
The good news is you smashed Macros' barrier into 1,000 pieces. The bad news is he sent a contingent of his Black Tide warriors to stop you.
Good. That means Macros is worried, as he should be. I'm ready to face Lunara.
Good work on collecting the sigils. Unfortunately, Macros' Black Tide forces have arrived and are using spirit tethers to fortify the luminous shelter from attack.
Okay. Cool. But ain't gonna stop me. I'm bitch slap them with my new swords. Wah, pa, 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 pa. That's what we're gonna do. That is what we're gonna do right now. We are gonna bitch slap everyone. This thing is active, so let's go.
None of this matters if we don't find a way to break the rites of Ascension.
The spell is complicated. I'm making progress, but I need more time.
Time is something I can't give you, Sanctum. Macros is growing in power even as we speak.
I know.
Let's hope the Sanctum comes through. I'm pretty. She seems pretty confident. I feel that she. There we go. Yeah, sorry about the huge mess up yesterday, guys. Like the whole thing with my games not working. I did I am fixing it, so like ways to fix it. Seems like I'm getting somewhere. It should be ready hopefully by tomorrow evening when we stream for the weekend streams. Seems different than the other. It's almost like it's auto
trails.
Okay. So now we need to form energy. Oh, energy trail. Let's see if we can get some heals from that. So that to be very helpful. Mint. So I can drop down. Side to that side. Anything on this side that's worth noting. Except the fact that there are more enemies here. There we go. Got that. I still don't have iron. There we go. That should be more. Such pretty flowers in this area. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see. Here's a. Oh my soul, where did that go? That is
They are using these spirit tethers to reinforce the lunar gate.
Then I must break them.
There should be 3 of them. I'll guide you.
Thank you muchly, Science. Thank you muchly. Appreciate it. I do need healing again. There's a thing over here. Wonder if there isn't like. I actually want to check because I just leveled up. So I want to see. Isn't there like? Because I've upped my vitality by a lot, right? Isn't there a thing that makes my actual healing factor better? This just gives me overheal and barrier. Resistances increases my fury, ailments, health recovery. Here we are. So I think let's just purchase that, and then we'll grab this next. Okay. Going this way. La 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 la. Welcome, viewer. Say hi. jamming this hard. Because like I said before, I don't have my multiplayer games fixed yet. Unless which I have been doing. I actually got another class of my zombie stuff being mobs completed. Death there. Close to the tasting.
Excellent, Orin. You've broken 2 tethers.
Okay, so they're on full health now, so if I pick up another one, I will be full health. Or I'll get a health vial, whatever. Restore thing. I'm just gonna wander about a bit. See if I can't find a... Does this look like I'm getting ambushed? Ambush? No. Maybe I got ambushed. Oh, I think this is where one of the bosses spawn. Yeah, this is one of the boss areas. One of the bosses spawns there and then they have to beat him. One of the hunts. Those are really sick. I like that they stay there even after you. Some story. Orange journal. Number 6. I really like this golden armor. I would have preferred that the cloak stayed the way it was, with the black and gold, the black and red that it was. But you know, still not bad looking at least. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we got here. Here's some more of these. We definitely need that. I must say, one game that I'm looking forward to right now is the new. It's a game that I think it's Ubisoft, if I remember correctly. It's called BioMutant, but it looks so good. It looks like one of those games that's just classic. And from like they recently released some gameplay. It literally looks so good. It looks like really like legit, like one of those like great games. Really putting in effort to make it absolutely. Let's hope it's as good as what like they're like made it out to be. One of the things that's really good that I think that's giving it that aesthetic, like that appeasing vibes, is that they are actually like knocking it back a lot. Yeah, they're actually a challenge. Yay! They keep knocking it back a bit, like release-wise. So they were quiet for quite a while, which had me worried because it really looked like a good concept for a game. And then like there was no information during the COVID period, and then like shortly after the COVID period got a little bit more free. They released a video or a statement saying no, they've been working on the game in the background slowly but surely. It's definitely not where they want it. They are behind schedule, etc. But it is coming along, and they are working on it, and it will be released. It was supposed to release the end of last year, but they pushed it to the first semester of this year. Which, I mean, is perfectly fine. I mean, you know, you can't, you can't, how can I say, like, blame the game companies for, you know, the situation. That's one of the reasons why I still feel that, like, Cyberpunk releasing it under the circumstances that they did, one of the reasons they did is because I understand, like, they broke some businesses, but CD Projekt Red, they will. That's just their company. That's just what they are. They don't allow things like that to just slide. I don't see them doing that at all. They're going to fix the game. They're going to make it good. Well, better. It's already good, actually, to be perfectly honest. I understand, like, the people that harbor hate towards it because they can't play it. You know, a little bit biased on that front, but like guys, really, like, as soon as this game, as soon as, like, Cyberpunk gets a little bit more attention. I mean, they already released the thing where they said they've optimized the game so much already. It's practically ready to be put back onto the PS4 and PlayStation, the PS4 and the Xbox One. I mean, they're practically there already, which, I mean, is great. I mean, you know, it's not where we wanted it, and it's definitely not when they promised it, but, you know, it's coming, and they're working on it. I mean, they already said that they're making their first DLC free just because of the mistakes that they made. I mean, like, where do you hear a company say that? Like, they're like, admit that they made a mistake and then promise that they'll fix, that they'll sort it out. Like, just give you, like, some compensation in a sense that is actually worthwhile. Like, it's not like an in-game item where it's like, here, have the first extension of our game for completely free just because we made a mistake and didn't deliver on our promises. I mean, that is just not, that you don't get that a lot from companies today, especially when it comes to, like, a huge AAA title. Which, I'll be perfectly honest, guys, outside of GTA 6, and I'm gonna include GTA 5 right now, there is no real competitor to the game. Comparing it, like, I've seen, like, a bunch of people have now tried, like, comparing it to Far Cry, comparing it to GTA, all of that. It's really not the goal of the game. There's so many other things. Like, I mean, when did we last have a cyberpunk style game? Like, when? The last one we had that was even close to it was Retropunk, which was what's it? Blood? I think Blood. Far Cry 5's little expansion. And even people hated that because it was just, like, bad all around. Because they literally just reskinned the entire game to make everything neon. That was not what, like, it looked cool up until the point where people realized that. And I mean, now we're back at the, like, the open world, the things that they've done, and also, like, some of the things that, like, that CD Projekt Red is admitting that were planned for the game, that, like it's supposed to be flying cars, not like cars with wheels. And I actually feel that it's more tangible not having flying cars. It adds this more, like, punked out version of the type of technology you have in that they're trying to portray, which is great. It's so cool. It really portrays that cyberpunk, you know, era of a game, like of the technology and stuff. Because that's one of the things that, like, people don't realize when you add punk to a thing. Usually it means that you're either, like, rebellious to its original nature, or you're making, like, an anti-version of it. Like, it's not, like, not the entirety of its like, the previous word. I can't get the name there. is like 100% the universe. Like, it doesn't define that universe. So, and Cyberpunk, it really doesn't. Oh, that's really cool. Stuff actually moves. It's very, like, limited, but I mean, it moves. I'm pretty sure if I put the graphics up, it would look better, but it's nice that it actually moves. That's really cool. Is, like, for instance, in the game, not having flying cars. I actually feel flying cars would have made the game extremely satire, because you're giving this like pure cyber world. Like, fine, there's netrunners and there's people that do all these like crazy shit in virtual reality and all that stuff, but that's not what makes it cyberpunk. What makes it cyberpunk is that there's these oddities in the technology. You would think that if you have such advanced technology where you could modify the body to the extent of making you borderline a robot and then make you live forever, you would have the technology to make flying cars. But they didn't go that route. They focused on making people, like modifying people, and which is one of the like core parts of the game, is the fact that it's not about like the technology itself, it's more about what the route that they took when using and discovering this new technology. They didn't go out of their way to like improve every aspect of the human life. They went out of their way and focused on one specific part of it and just improved the rest of it, like sort of as a side effect, which is great. Because that is how technology actually advances. You make, like, the human race would make something and then it's used for something completely different just because it can be repurposed. But that was never its original intention or goal when it came to its creation in technology, that is. So here we go. Like, let's keep this up. I think let's just start this wording with that. Dead. That's it. So not only can you knock me back, did you just like completely engage the attack? That is well, that went a lot better than the previous one. I think it's legitimately the range on these swords are the problem. Their range needs to be, like, you really need to get those range attacks in your combo, otherwise my favorites just don't make it. You turn
It's not over. A captain of the Black Tide is waiting for you.
Very well. I can still lift my weapon. They haven't killed me yet.
Yes, Orin. Do stay alive. Our plan won't work if you're dead.
That is usually how a plan works. Like, I'm not entirely sure how the, life expectancy is in this game and how that works, but I mean, usually a plan only works if the person that is planning it is alive. Sometimes the conversation in indie games, like, the amount of sarcasm they add just, like, enlightens me. Like, it just gives me this new hope for life. Gotta love it. Let's see. Let's just teleport to that one much faster. I'm pretty sure this chest wasn't here when I was here. I'm damn sure. Oh no, it wasn't, because this is a health chest. Guaranteed to get your heals back. Okay, but here comes the bossy man.
Huh. you, the weak singer. Small and sad, just like I expected.
Let's see who is weak.
That's a very annoying attack. Just saying. Yeah, for a guy that's on such a big game, and then he let him teleports away. Fancy.
Why do I have the feeling he'll be back? Let's go.
I think that was a bit overkill. Look at using the abilities on him and everything. Okay, that was that. But shouldn't they be going through the door? That they put a shield. See, those attacks me land those attacks. That's another thing that will be happening, guys. As soon as I'm done with Godfall, we will be moving over to like changing up the schedule a little bit to work in some other games. Like I noticed some people have really been enjoying my old games. I might pop in another like sequence of that during the weekend sometime, and then of course
We are ready to take on Lunara.
Finally.
oh, okay. Bacon, and then confirm return to Sanctum. So yeah, it's so there's also like the other thing, like I said, guys, I also want to make like I'm a real big fan of a lot of indie games that like seriously don't feel get enough love. Like I really feel some of these games, these companies put such good work in, and then they just sort of like slip through the cracks. Like they get attention, but it's almost like people are afraid to give them more attention. It's really, really strange. It really gets to me that happens. I mean, obviously I'm not saying every game needs to be like coveted in like the thousands by every person that streams and makes content, but you know, like give the little guys some love, you know? They deserve that love as well. Okay, so I am gonna quickly just go through my inventory because I did get some fresh stuff. I didn't get a nice sword. I saw that one. There was like 2 or 3, but they're not like I need at least a blue one for it to be a decent upgrade. I doubt whatever amulet I get now will be worthwhile because the one I have is legendary. But you know, never know your luck. There we go. I mean, this is like level 17, so it's like a pretty recent level as well. That's the same amount of vitality. Why is it better? Oh, it gives more fortitude, which is why vitality is better. Applies weakness whenever you hit it in a large attack, and 9 physical resistance. Damage. Plus 24 damage to bleeding enemies, and gain over health whenever you hit a weak point. And then it gives earth resistance, and then apply a mark of weakness whenever you hit a large attack. So I think these two like combo quite nicely. Yeah, this I actually need an air one, because what we have here is air and then water. This gives damage to deal blades and water, so it does make my spear damage a little bit better. But still. Yeah. Armory, apparently we got some new augments as well. Oh, darn. Lovely augments. So I actually want to check. I should be able to pimp my augments actually. I think I should have unlocked. Yeah, I unlocked it. That's actually quite interesting. So you actually have like a set amount of augments that you can equip to yourself. That's pretty cool. I quite like the fact that they did that. Okay, let me just grab here. Augment. So we have this one which gives his weapon technique damage, and then this one that gives like it makes my banner really powerful. And then yeah, I don't know what else to damage to bleeding enemies, physical resistance, and it gives me a boost of vitality. This one gives me might, and it drains. Already equipped. Where's that? It's already equipped. Already equipped. I think it's because if I don't have enough space to equip it. Yeah, I don't have this efficient, because if I equip it then I only have like 33. Yeah, you see. And then that drains, the drain on that is too high. I mean, now we have, how much space do we have? We have like, what's that, 9? So we can put up a second decent one. This one, unfortunately, we can't. Water resistance. What a damage. Physical resistance. Your overhealth does not degenerate, but you have minus 25 health recovery. Now that's terrible. Gain overhealth whenever you use your life stone. I suppose that's something. It gives you takedown damage. This is life. It just plain flat out gives you some extra vitality. Some resistance. Water damage. Fury damage. Okay. So resistance is whenever you are hit, your next attack does 21% more damage, and it gives you physical resistance. When you defeat an enemy with a weapon technique, gain shield charge and shield abilities to damage. And then this one applies status to nearby enemies whenever you use a life stone. That's kind of I do feel like we should stick with this one. This one. This is pretty good. Should up my damage significantly in the long run. Actually, I want to check something. Can you see it has like a symbol? That symbol influences what you put on it. Sort of like a what's the name's vibes? No, it just has that symbol. So I don't think it actually influences which one you put on way. Okay. Because I mean, I don't see how with only 42 Archon power you can, like, you know, max this out. Because, I mean, one thing takes 30. It's insane. But I wonder if it's maybe, like, each one you unlock increases it. Affinity. This one goes so good. You see, it doesn't show that it has that. It's really weird. Okay, cool. Whatever. Okay, but now we have a beefy thing equipped. And, yeah, I think we can actually upgrade, like, our stuff a bit. I'm tempted to keep a lot of it, because I don't want to upgrade and then I think you can go one more, which you need quintessence. Okay. Let's see, let's pop into our friendly sanctum.
I have news, Orin, about the rites of ascension.
Ah, good. You figured out how to break the spell.
Exactly. Now, when we reach Macros, we'll know how to stop him.
Well done, Sanctum. All of Aperion owes you a debt.
This serves the greater good. Your brother must be stopped. You've gathered enough sigils, and you've cleared all the obstacles. Prepare your weapons. Ready your gear. Deal yourself. It's time for you to face Lunara, guardian avatar of the Silver Moon.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so yeah, skill point, some armor plate, some dragon steel, and some tears. Let's go. Let's see what happens. This is like, oh, this is like a straight up boss fight. Yeah, there she is. That's a big ass. That's a medium, big guy. Big. An arm. Big on the female, I suppose. Doesn't look like a female though. Then again, like it's some kind of that's different or something. It's defeated. Yeet.
The Ethereum from the water realm. I've received it. All of it.
You sound different. Tell me what's happening.
The Ethereum is affecting me. Nothing fatal.
You're sure about that? Our plan relies on you.
I'm not dead yet, Orin, so nothing to worry about.
That's comforting. That's super comforting. I'm not dead yet, you know, like, yeah, I'll be okay. I'm dying, but it's okay. Like, my guy. Silver Moon mission complete. I think that was like the story mission, so I think let's check if we can't make any. So we got this one. I think that's the next one that we're, like, next place that we're gonna get is that. Where we can make those. Or at least get this up. 'Cause this is the only one that has something that we don't have is Oblivion. Well, Orb of Oblivion. Of course, Orin is being Orin. Rather. Let's go. That one is that one. Here we go. Crystalline plate. There we go. Another one.
The Armor of Chaos was a favorite among Valorians who hunted monsters.
Okay. You can see why. It looks pretty hunty. Okay. That one we have. I know we have that one. And then, of course, the last one. So you need like 2 or 3 plates too. Okay. Okay. So a legendary polar arm, which means we can actually replace my current one, which is absolutely awesome. So that is not what I wanted, but you know, it's good. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh, it looks so good. Okay. There we have dual blades, and then we have, at least this is dual blades as well. So we have nothing, like nothing that we I wanted a sword, damn it, a sword. Summons void set when we use the northern technique. That's pretty cool, and that's void damage. So we're sitting on void and air damage here, so I do feel my life stones, I can equip the other life stone eventually, just like this. So this. We can equip this instead. You use 50% void damage and then technique increase. I think that is going to be our order there. We actually got a legendary banner, which is pretty crazy. I think I'm just gonna look at what it does. It's just gonna be better in the long run anyway. Any new rings? I don't think I got any rings. I think that was it. Okay, and then recovery is what we were off to. Cool. I wonder if like this will increase their health recovery outside of combat, because that would be really cool. Like even if you just heal like to a certain I do feel this thing's damage would be insane right now because of the lifestone I equipped. So I'm gonna keep these, all 3 of these, because they do insane boosted damage, which is pretty crazy. These, on the other hand, I think all of them we can sell. Sweet. Got a 62 here, nothing useful. This is also going to be that grand. dragonstone and some sunstone being popped in for these salvages. Oh, I don't think I can salvage this one. No, I can. And then augments. Can you salvage augments? You actually can. Interesting. I don't know if I can increase my augments to augments or stop my augments. Some decent stuff, yeah. Yeah, so one thing we can do, however, is actually upgrade this. Like, I think we can actually upgrade both the weapons. So just straight up upgrading. So I think I'm going to stick with the voids with the spear. Actually, upgrade that first. Just see. Weak point technique charge, rampage charge. I think let's go weak point damage. Yeah, let's go with weak point damage. We can upgrade it the third time, actually. And we need one more to upgrade it for the fifth time to get it maxed up. So this weapon should, in theory, be better. Because it has a higher stat than the other one. So soul build up, critical hit damage, and then timing attack damage. I think let's go with that. And then we can't go any further. But now we're sitting on some high DPS. This thing's DPS is still higher. But I think the fact that we have a legendary like this is going to help a lot. Salvage those two boys. At least now we're sitting with like, as soon as I get a, okay. I actually think the abyss thing, critical chance. Point damage. Take this damage. Not sure. Okay. Inflict shock. Okay. Dempsey's close curse. Inflict bleed. This is fire. Inflict ignite. Soul slaughter build up. Chill, and 10% breach damage. You we know, you give, inflict poison. Yeah, so there's no one that actually does increased void damage. I'm really liking the concept for this though. Get that crit chance up and then build on your crit.
So it's true. The Ethereum is making you sick.
Never mind that. Orin, we have a problem.
I'm listening.
As you know, Macros has the rights of ascension, just as we do.
Correct. But if he wants to ascend, he needs Ethereum, and we've been taking it away.
Exactly. And that's the problem.
How is that a problem? It's working.
We are winning, and Macros knows it, so now he's desperate. He knows that if all the Ethereum disappears, he'll never be able to ascend.
And thanks to us, he's running out. Fast.
Exactly. So now he's willing to risk everything and start the rites with what he has left.
That means we're running out of time.
We are done with the Water Realm. It's time to move on our remaining targets. Greaves Sunsteel is next, followed by the Gildan Commander. Head to the Central Tower and rise to the Air Realm.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Eat, 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 eat. Master, for joining
Orin,
me.
there's something
Follow,
else.
that is great.
More
dude.
bad news, I'm guessing.
Thank you so much.
Macros is wrong
About what?
about his entire plan. He thinks he can become a god, but he can't.
He can. He has the rights of ascension.
Yes, but they are not what he thinks they are. The rites aren't for ascension to godhood. They're for a different kind of ascension. They're for sacrifice.
Blood sacrifice, you mean?
Exactly. If Macros tries to ascend, odds are he'll die, and most likely destroy the world around him.
Are you sure about this?
I've studied the rites. It's all there in the text. If Macros tries to ascend, he will die.
Okay. What are you actually ascending to? Ascension. That's my sentinel. That's so Oh, there's two. Oh, they just keep making. That is so epic. Oh, that's so cool. There's not a lot of damage, but I mean it's there. Level 282. War crap. Is that it? This is frustrating everybody. There you go. That's some juice. Okay, just grab all these little thingies. I was corrupted apparently. Dun, dun, dun. I always feel that there needs to be like some kind of box or something up here, but there never is. Like I know you get the one from the main sheet, like the main central tile, but I mean that was a pretty big fight for very little.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Orin. I know he's your brother.
When he chose to betray us, he sealed his own fate.
That's okay. Walkie-talkie, Mr. Pocket.
I won't be beaten by a weakling. Fight me!
Why run away?
Tell Macros I'm coming.
Let's do. Is that it? So you didn't even drop anything. Don't like that for the AoE attack he jumps back. The Sure Enclave. This place looks sick.
The Air Realm. These flying Earth motes are the only solid ground up here. Let's move carefully, since the Neak kindred do not like intruders.
Tell me who I face next.
Greaves Sunsteel is Macros' personal godsmith. He's our next target. But first, we need to activate a Twilight Beacon.
What it was. Okay. Break here. I just slammed Interesting. Interesting. We can't go that way. I think this is the new stuff. Got some fire there. Yeah. Potentially that could be the last material we need. Except for the Oblivions. Still, I think that would be like the final boss's stuff. Because he's your brother. That's your brother's armor, isn't it? Same armor as your brother. Like I think he wears the Oblivion armor. Sweet. Some more stuff, yes. Give me more. Here's the tougher guys. That we have they're rated quite well. Yeah, I like that the spear actually has like a ranged attack. That's actually pretty handy. I'm on this side. That's pretty cool. Who's to prevent me from shooting? Yo guys, it's so hot here where I am. Like here is Africa, it is so hot. Well, here in Joburg. It is insanely hot. Like it just keeps going and going. It doesn't even cool down during like the early morning.
The closer you get to Macros, the harder his forces will fight you.
They can't stop me.
Captain. Whoa. Oh, so apparently that just was happening. Apparently that was the end of the mission. And it's Libeo. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so we still haven't gotten a bloody longsword. I can't believe that we're not getting like at least a rare longsword. It's just going over my head that that's just not happening. Okay, we got some decent rings. Here's a might ring. Applies a mark of fragility to nearby enemies whenever you activate Archon Fury. Okay, that's... You don't activate it enough for that to be effective. Spirit, an epic ring, okay? You gain your Archon Fury charge whenever you defeat an enemy with a takedown. Not that great. And then takedown damage increased, and then shield charge up increased. So it does make my power more. This is also Spirit. Gain 1 Archon Fury charge whenever you hit a weak point. That's actually pretty useful. So I think maybe let's do that. I'm gonna stick with the 60 vitality that I have. Nice, you know. Drop my HP button. Augment, we got augment here. HP charge and gain over health whenever you use life. It's better than nothing. Because this one's better. It gives more. Cool, 3% plus 90% off. We're still sitting on these two. Anything that's essentially right now. Salvage a few things. Keeping maybe hit a weak point. Salvage that.
Your brother is even more of a menace than I thought.
He's his own worst enemy.
How so?
He's wrong about the rites of ascension. They won't turn him into a god after all.
Why not?
It's a sacrifice ritual. He's a dead man. He's playing with fire. We have to stop him before he wreaks more havoc on this world.
That's a quality response right there. Well, that escalated out of fucking control completely, and everybody's fucked. That's really good.
Did you tell Xenon about Macros?
Yes, where's Greaves?
He's at his forge. We'll search for it at the Shrine of the Godsmiths.
Let's go.
Greaves
go.
Sunsteel's lair is somewhere below the Shrine of the Godsmiths on the other side of the Azure Enclave.
Okay. Sounds lovely. See, we're getting this stuff. Your attacks deal void damage. See, she's the one we want. She's the bossy guy. Oh, so the first few don't, but then from there they get like boosters. Okay. Okay, now I'm with you. See, if you see everything as a picture, you can actually know what's up. Head to the Shrine of the Godsmith. On it, cool floating face. Okay, let's zoom.
The Nyack. These people were our allies once.
Macros corrupts everything he touches.
Most of all himself.
That's nice. Kinda sad that he's like gone this whole. I wonder if he actually. I wonder if he actually doesn't know that it will make him a god. It's like a sacrifice ritual, but he was planning on sacrificing.
Several Nyack champions lead their warbands here.
Not for long.
I wanna kill our allies, man. They're corrupted and stuff. Airbending pros, you make like little tornadoes. That's pretty fire. It's kind of sad that there's no like place to get a specific set of something.
If you defeat the leaders, the rest of the tribe may withdraw.
Let's try it and see.
What's that? Get your fang. Please be a longsword. Great sword. Polar arm. Oh. I must say the weapon is becoming quite elaborate. Like, I mean, just looking at the one I have that I'm holding, it's not like the stuff we were getting at the beginning. But their original design, like from the characters. That's actually quite cool. I like that like they add in the other cultures as a part of it. It's not just like, you know, you all look the same and like everything's the same. It's pretty cool. Like you can fight with, as long as it's in the same ballpark of what you used to use. wonder if it still stacks if you're using the what's this?
Destroy the crystals to close their portals.
Let's see if we can find all the portals. Because I mean, that was the other problem. That was the other problem we had to save full with that other zone, where we had to like close like their totems. But I couldn't find the third one. Is that alive with me? I think you can find down here. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm pretty sure. There's a portal there. There's like a reward or something. It doesn't actually pop up and tell you, hey, like you need this many codex, you need that many codex. There's another Valerian plate. That's always good. Captain America can take his vibranium shield somewhere else. So there is a third one, I just couldn't see it. There's some stone over there, I need to bring that as well. Oh, here it is. Yo, that's good. Like, waiting spots. Another green sword. Seems like swords are out of fashion, man. Swords just aren't what we're often. That's not bad. Okay, that's interesting. Good to know, because like, but that thing still summons the thing even if though I'm not using the spear. Okay? That's pretty interesting. So they actually work with each other. Like they're sort of like one weapon. I'm legitimately not finding this one. I believe this is where I was. Yeah, this is where I came from. And we just went this way. Yeah, we cleaned out that side. That's where the portal was. Has to be. Has to be. I wonder if there's a way to get more soul, more health points. Not better, like just. It's sad. Steampunky vibes that this place is giving off. It's like almost like an Aztec steampunk temple. That's pretty cool. That's like an interesting combination right there. Okay, so still no portal. We have, however, gotten kind of confused now. Like I seriously, like last time I also just tried everything and looked everywhere. I mean, that's the boss dude.
That's all of them.
That's good. Here we go. That was the party. And I completed my challenge. Yay! Gave me a purple chest. Which hopefully gives some juice. Well, it gave him purple. Yes, I think those. No, those are both. Those are both dual swords. Yeah, those are both dual swords. Really good though. Yeah. Aww. Getting sad now that I'm not getting it. What I want. Like, it's really luck of the draw, but I mean, you know, like, I really would like the longsword, so I really enjoyed the flow of the longsword. I'm really liking this Aztec plus steampunk vibe. that's a barrier that they have going here. That's pretty cool. Very interesting combination. I mean, like it almost like it feels like
Sanctum.
it should work.
Yes,
There's no chance Macros will listen to reason, is there?
I'm afraid not, Orin.
Have you tried it? I think the amount of Ethereum he's like gathered to himself already is just corrupting him. He's just jealous.
That's a rare creature. Careful, Orin.
Oh, okay. Punching me. That's beautiful. There we got a hacker. The hacker is an awesome. Yay! Go for the soldier. Hopefully it's decent enough. Has decent enough stats. Just get my fury up again. We can manage that. There you go. It's almost up. Okay, that was pretty intense. I mean, that thing was crazy. Pretty beefy. That flying saber hybrid thing. These ones are good. Okay, at least the one was. So one is this way. Or there's another one. Another one. It's also this way. Oh, here's a plate. Oh, my soul. Yo. So, guys, I do feel that, like, I'm gonna. I'll be hopping over to Cold War for zombies. I'm really just like I just want to grind out those get them done. But I do feel after I'm done the stream at 9 now, or 10, sorry, I will be going off. I was tempted to extend the stream to a little bit later, but I had a really busy day today, so I'm just gonna just take a chill pill. You guys can definitely expect me on tomorrow. Definitely doing some nice streams. I do feel I might even extend my streams to tomorrow, because like I said, I'll definitely have my stuff fixed by my tomorrow night, which is in like 20 hours, not 20 hours, but I'm hoping to have it fixed by tomorrow afternoon, lunchtime. Just to get some streams in during the day for you guys. Hopefully I manage it. If I don't, I'm sorry. but I will also be hardcore hammering for Dark Ether, and I will also this weekend putting up my stream video for how to get like some tips and tricks for my for Dark Ether. Good at the game, and I'm not good at the game, and I've got pretty decent familiarity in my skill point. So, yeah, then I show you guys some little tips and tricks, things that I did that helped. One thing I will start off by saying is that the launches are a real pain. For me at least. They were a real pain. I see some people say they were the easiest things to do. They're easy in their Modern Warfares. I can't see how that's possible. I must say, here in South Africa, one thing I've noticed from playing a few of the overseas multiplayer lobbies is that a lot of people don't use Fire Jacket. They use other perks, like you get a lobby every
The
now and then.
Shrine of the Godsmiths. So many ancient artifacts were made here.
Zenon would have wanted to see this place.
So yeah, like I said, like that's one of the like things for me, and then of course doing the other things like doing what do you call it? Fire Team Dirty Bomb to get like the kill streaks and such. That wasn't too bad, even though I had to do it at 200 ping. It wasn't like overly horrible, but when it comes to like the double kills, that was a real pain. The fact that they had to drop the kill requirement twice says a lot. The launchers are really designed to kill and destroy kill streaks and score streaks. They're not, which is great, because we don't want another Modern Warfare 2 incident where people shoot the whole damn multiplayer lobby with launchers. That is obviously what they were trying to prevent, and I really appreciate the fact that they actually did that, because certain like you'll get into a map like Shipment, and then it would legitimately be just people shooting you with an RPG the whole time, and if you didn't have EOD equipped, you would literally get killed the whole time. So I do feel the fact that they did that is really great. It helps, like, I don't want to say it helps the game, but it helps like what the intention is behind certain things in the game. Like, you don't want people running around with and doing something ridiculous that you never intended, and then it ends up being this huge problem. Great example is DMR. They never wanted that. The fact that we had an EBR meta like prior to the first month or two of Warzone, I unfortunately never experienced that, but that was there. And then we get basically the EBR, the EBR's like old brother or old like predecessor, and it's the exact same issue. I don't understand how they couldn't have predicted that. Like, not only do I think that the attack rifles are an extreme mistake for the game, it's just that I don't feel that they should. It's one of those things that's extremely difficult to balance, because they're extremely overpowered or they're extremely weak. And I feel it's kind of unfair making them extremely weak, because they are supposed to be powerful. But if they're powerful, there's just too much. But yeah, obviously everybody has their own perspective on that kind of thing. But like for me, that's just how I'm feeling about it at the moment. Yeah. Also, so talking about like FPS game, Battlefield 6's announcements. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's good stuff coming out of that. Definitely looking forward to that. I don't think I'll stop playing. I think because, like, to me, the two games are the same. They are an FPS, obviously, but even like COD has kind of made it obvious. They tried the sort of Battlefield thing now with the ground war and all that stuff, but like they did it, but it's like they're not gonna not like Fire Team Dirty Bomb is a totally. It's more of a take on like a different plunder mode than it is a take on a more bigger battle royale or battlefield aesthetic that Battlefield goes for, which is one of the things that makes it great. Because I mean, it's two totally different ways of playing this essentially the same concept. Like I personally like I actually at first I used to like to do challenges and stuff. I used to love playing TDM and all that stuff in Battlefield, but when it comes to enjoying like the actual Battlefield experience, you need to be playing Battlefield. You need to be going into the big fights, lots of people shooting each other. I'm one of the fans that do like the not over like too many tanks or vehicles. Like I feel there's this sweet spot because you either need almost everyone in vehicles or you need like a vehicle here and there that can be taken out with fair ease. Okay, let's see what happens when I go in here. Just cancel the attack. Lost it.
Here.
Let's think about this. He wouldn't just leave the gate to his forge in plain sight.
Or maybe he would. Look at the floor.
You're right. The floor is the door. Now that you've found him, let's get the air sigils we need to unlock it. Head back to the Twilight Beacon.
There we go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's like, sometimes plain sight, best disguise. Hidden in plain sight, sometimes so much the best disguise. But yeah, guys, like I said, like I was saying about Battlefield and Call of Duty, like Battlefield has tried a few times to make like a Call of Duty-esque thing.
The Black Tide have trapped the Twilight Beacon.
Let me at least finish the fight that I'm busy with before you ask me if I want to leave or not. beacons found in the realm. There you go. Okay, yeah. And then we can actually just escape and complete mission. Bam! Nailed it! Okay, so I do think let's kid ourselves out a bit here. Okay, we got some juicy stuff. Let's just first check. So we got a new amulet. It's not as good. Got a new charm. We got charms. Yo, we got a few charms. Here's a charm for might. Here's a charm. Here's a better charm. So blind your enemies whenever you use lifestone. Not bad. I guess this is fire damage. And then this one gives me blind your enemies whenever you use a lifestone in terms of physical resistance. So this one makes me more tanky. This one does keep the fire damage. It actually makes it more. Not that I think it's a difference. I think let's go with that one. Got some more rings. Nothing of particular interest there. We got some more of these. Health recovery for physical damage and inflicts bleed. So that's the one. This one does give an obscene amount of shield recovery, but I'm not going to add that in, calculate that in, because the other things are after. So none of these are any good. Fair enough. Weapon time. Great sword, warhammer, long sword, warhammer, long sword. Okay, so that is better. Okay, another long sword. I do like where this is going. Great. So this blue long sword, gain a blessing of luck whenever you inflict bleed, and it gives weak point damage. That seems pretty decent, actually. Okay, so we do have some more skills up in here. We're just gonna go straight through the health recovery. And then we'll move on to armory. Got some more augments, which are really good. Just to salvage. This is a level 20, right? Yeah, it's level 20. They're both level 20. Northern Technique. So here's our. This one, I like the design on this one. Physical damage. They're both physical damage. I like this one's effect. So I'm going to keep that one and I'm going to pimp it out. So we're keeping... So we might even exchange this for that. Boys rolling. Salvage these. Salvage. Mana. Let's go. Augments. I don't think there's any augments that we need to salvage right now. Get level up. So I think unlock skills, but I think it's still like just delay information. So one thing that I do think we can maybe do is make and craft ourselves a new. This is the one we said we needed, right? Oh no, it's a female. What is this one?
The Mobius Valor Plate represents joy and is favored by those who like to act first.
There we go, I like it. Mobius. Very, very cool. Okay, cool. Copy current loadout. And then equip this armor. This armor. Have many left to buy, eh? closer. Crap it.
May the armor of clarity illuminate the darkness.
Nice, nice. Illumina. Just copy my current loadout. What is your setup though? Well, you see, you start with ones that have boosts. I wonder if this one's the same. No, you have free. So I still think that is one of the best things I have. This just gives you straight up might. What is rampage speed? Shield. I think I'm just gonna stick with what I had on initially. I don't think there's anything that particularly gives you like void damage or something like that. There's something that gives long sword damage. But one thing I can do is I can legitly. Actually, I have enough. So this gives weapon technique damage. Okay, so take those off. Should have enough. No, yeah, I should have enough. Ready, equipped. Ready, equipped. I'm not quite following why it says that. That's very strange. I'm not entirely sure how that's working then. Okay, but gear. That's all sorted out. I'm confused. So you inflict curse. You activate, you summon void sentinels, which is those little turn thingies, and then you have 90% to inflict curse. You have 100 damage. So you have 100% to inflict curse. You have 100% bonus damage to cursed units, and you can your attacks deal void damage. Which means right now, both these become void attacks, which means this gives a 50% boost to void damage. Which is pretty darn crazy. Which also means as soon as I equip the longsword, even though it doesn't do void damage, when I activate my Archon, it will. Which is pretty darn cool. Enchant. Enchant one more time. There, it's a legendary. Cannot be enchanted further. Okay, well, I mean, we're already sitting at 98 damage. So I do feel we're gonna hit the marker here. We can do shatter build-up, weapon technique, charge speed, and rampage. Technique, charge speed. And we go all the way up to 4, and this thing's sitting on 120 DPS. One more, and then we'll go to 126 DPS. Okay, so I do feel what's the problem here is these. Although they are the higher damage item, I do after so you build up and nearby enemies, all of your attacks deal soul splitter damage. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. I understand now why that thing was actually pretty effective. But this, I just feel going straight up sword. I like it. That's motion. It's motion. Like it constantly goes in for the strikes. That's really good. Okay. It also suits the armor actually quite well. Yeah, that's.
We're running out of time. Macros may complete the rites of ascension before we reach him.
If that happens, we all die.
Why?
If he starts the rites this way, if he starts the ritual without enough Ethereum, it's likely he'll set off a chain reaction. It will rip at the fabric of our universe in ways we cannot predict.
What would happen?
No one knows for sure. Nothing like this has ever happened before. But it could destroy the monolith and everything in it. Let's not wait to find out. You must reach him before it's too late.
Let's do that.
We have located the entrance to Grieve Sunsteel's forge. As with the others, we will need to gather some more elemental sigils.
Let's do it. So I think let's do one hunt. So pair sigils, and then this objective for 2 records. And these just give you sigils and stones and slingies of those natures. What do you? So you all just need air sigils. So I can do this one, will give me air sigil. Which one gives the most to this one? Oh, it's that dog kid. That saber tooth vibes. Yeah. That looks really chill. Sun-flamed Ravager. That is sick. I still can't tell whether that's a machine or not. Like, I still don't know if the Valor plates are like machines or if they're just like magically geared. Because I mean, they look like they could be like almost Warframe. Let's go. It's combos and everything is just so. I just want to make sure that I just take the furthest path ever. I think I did. Because it's showing that I have like 200 meters to run. Yeah, let's take this. Yeah. It's like it increases it by like 3 meters. So we need to defeat. The only bonus we have is if we defeat it in the short amount. So I think let's try and rush it. See what bonus we get as an extra. See, now it's just it's weird. Like some of them did stick between the two techniques, but the swords do. However, you can use both of the techniques. And like the spear, you can use this throwing the spear, but counts as the same technique, which is very interesting. See me rolling. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go. There's gotta be a second reason why you can still collect this stuff even though you have all the Valor plates. I don't know how my progress is actually going, because I mean, story-wise I feel like I'm pretty far in, but I mean, like, there's only 2 more bosses left, and we're working on the 3rd one. Essentially, for the sigils I can I still want to figure out like what's like each damage type, because this is I'm void now. Is void like the odd one, the beneficial kind of clone. So, okay, cool. Let's go, buddy. So let's start. Let's actually go and, like, for our final little act, activate one of the little portal things. south that I need to go this way. Okay. Apparently that's all of them. Don't know exactly how that works. I feel like that timing needs to be a little bit faster. Like just like a bit faster. There we go. That boost just makes the swamp so strong. So many collectible plates if you can only get like a set few and it's over. I can understand why that. Unless there's some other thing that we can do with the Valor plate after you have like the plate itself. The only thing that I can think of is maybe like a form of upgrading them. It's the only thing that I can consciously think about. I don't understand how we're supposed to get there. Thanks, Mr. Whoa! That dude just gave me a heart attack. that's still not... like, I thought we were climbing to get to the top. This is just another, like, loot area. Another place to teleport to from. The only other thing that I can think of is to... See, here's another one. I get you up here. There. There it is. Let's just have to go and stand in the right space. There's some dudes. There we go. Must say the combat in this game is it's really interesting. It's like this subtle combination, because like you can't just like do whatever you want. You can't just hack and slash. It doesn't work. You get killed. But it's not as like as say make a mistake. This woman really boosts my shit. When I activate that arcane fury, she goes to a totally new level. Okay, cool. Did the thing, and then I feel we can now complete mission. And then, okay, boys and girls. That's gonna be it for now. Thanks so much for chilling with me. We're getting air. They're getting air sigils for that mission. That's what we needed. Thanks so much for chilling with me. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I know this game like is great. It's really good. I'm also going to very soon be sorting out my computer's space problem, which will then give me the option to also be putting in more games for you guys every day. I might even put like double sessions, like one in the maybe one in like the afternoon and then one in the one at night, something like that. We'll see, or maybe even one in the morning and then one later in the like one in the evening. So like I have my day to do things for myself, like my 3D work. I've been working on like a game with a friend. We've been trying to work on Unreal Engine, which is really great. So yeah, we also want that stuff to keep flowing and going and moving. So yeah, check that out as well. Like I said, we might even put on like a little bit of a work stream, just chatting. We'll launch the stream. You guys can pop in, talk to me. I'll make some stuff while I'm working. You guys talk to me. You can see how that goes, guys. But enjoy. Have an awesome day, evening, morning, whatever you're having. Keep it real.